Hey guys, we're going to go over what can you afford your dream house today. You've done a lot of the work ahead of time. You've been drawing out your dream home, doing the blueprints. You've been looking at what you want the inside to look like. And now we're going to figure out what do you need to make, what does your income need to be in order to afford your dream house. Miss Woods is going to go over the top part of it for you, the cost of home and things to consider. And then I'm going to talk to you about your mortgage payment and then how much income you need to make.
Hey guys, so for the cost of your home, you should have already calculated this when you did like your slideshow and all the other things that go on with our dream house project. So you should have already done it up to this point. So just for this case, me and Miss Gross are going to go ahead and say that the cost of our home is $200,000, just to kind of do an easy number. Also, don't forget Miss Gross was just clicking on there. Make sure you put your name at the top also. I'll give her a chance to get all that done.
There we go.
Alrighty. So now we're going to go over the things to consider if you look to the right over here. So things to consider. The first thing is the down payment. If you do not have 20% down, you will likely have to pay a PMI. And if you're wondering what is a PMI, we've got it right over here. So PMI stands for private mortgage insurance. And like I said, it's also known as PMI. It is a type of mortgage insurance you might be required to pay, or if you have a conventional loan. Like other kinds of mortgage insurances, PMI protects the lender, not you, if you stop making payments on your loan. So a lot of people have to do this the first time they are buying a home, depending on credit rates, all that kind of stuff. So that's one thing you have to consider. The next is an interest rate. So current rates are approximately 5%. And those can change drastically with different events going on around the world. I mean, that is always changing up and down constantly. A term is a 15 or 30-year loan. Then you also have property taxes, which is approximately $2,000 a year, and insurance, which is also approximately $1,200 a year. $1,200 a year. So we also have HOA fees. Those are approximately $2,400 a year if you live in an HOA neighborhood. And if you're wondering what an HOA neighborhood or an HOA fee is, so that's a homeowners association. It is to uphold and enrich property values. This is accomplished by enforcing the community's covenants and maintaining the common areas. So, for instance, if you have a sign at the front of your neighborhood, you are paying into keeping that updated. If there's flowers planted, anything like that, that's what the HOA goes into. And the last thing to consider is the military service. So military employees qualify for lower interest rates, and they can also potentially avoid PMI costs. And now Ms. Gross is going to talk to you guys about the monthly mortgage payment.
Okay, so for the monthly mortgage payment, you're going to need a calculator. And what you're going to do is you're going to take the cost of your home and you're going to multiply that by 20%. And that's going to tell you what your down payment needs to be. So if my home is $200,000, I'm going to multiply that 200,000 times 0.20 or 20%, and that's $40,000. And that seems like a lot, which it is, but what it is you're proving to the bank that you're good for the money. If you can't put down that 20%, that's what Woods was talking about. You're going to have that private mortgage insurance, that PMI, and they're still going to have you put down a 3% interest, but then you have to pay them insurance every single month, so that if you go bankrupt or if you lose your home, they don't lose out on their money. So that's what that is. So $40,000, but now that $40,000 goes towards your principal. So that's less money that you have to pay. So if your cost of home is $200,000 and you put down $40,000, then you're really only financing $160,000. All right. So to get to the mortgage, we are going to go at the very top. It says go to website mortgagecalculator.org. So we're going to go there. Ms. Woods is going to pull that up.
Hopefully it'll take us there. This one?
That's it. And make sure it's mortgagecalculator.org and not mortgagecalculator.com. That makes a difference. Okay, so we're gonna put in our home value, we're gonna put in $200,000. We're gonna put in our down payment, and our down payment's gonna be $40,000. And so your loan amount is gonna be $160,000, okay? Interest rate, on there, it's set to be 3.8%, but let's go ahead, let's keep it at what it is, because it's usually, we'll keep it, because they usually do a pretty good job of keeping it updated on days. All right, so our term loan, if you look at that, it says 30 years, and that's true. You can do a 15-year loan, but in all reality, most people, do the 30-year loan to start with, and then they can go back and refinance later. Start date, we'll keep that the same. Property taxes, we'll keep that the same. PMI, we're not going to have to pay PMI, so it'll actually calculate it and say PMI not required. Housing, home insurance, that's about correct. It's a little bit more. I think it was 12. I think mine was about 1,200.
Yeah, let's look back. I think our
Yeah.
yeah, $1,200.
Yeah, I looked it up for Spencer County, and it's about $1,200. HOA, now HOA, that's what Ms. Woods was telling you about. If you're going to live in a neighborhood that has HOA fees, you'll put that in there. But for me, we're not going to do that. Loan type's going to stay conventional for now, and then we're going to click calculate. And when you click it, you're going to see your repayment summary down to the right. So your monthly payment is going to be $1,045.53. That does not count other fees. There will be other fees added in. But $1,045.53 is what we're going to put in. That's what your mortgage, $1,045.53. I'm actually going to just make it 1,046. Okay. Most financial experts suggest that you do not spend more than 20 to 30% of your monthly income on mortgage. And the reason why is because you've got cost of living. You've got, in addition to paying for your house, you have to pay for groceries, you have to pay for bills, your light bill, your water bill. You have to pay for entertainment. A lot of you all want to go and enjoy your life and not be house poor. And so we're going to stick with 20%. Because we want you to be financially responsible, and we want you to not be house poor, and we want you to be able to enjoy things. So you're going to take that monthly payment of $1,046 and you're going to divide it by 0.20. That's your 20%. So we're going to take the 1,046 and we're going to divide it by 0.20. Now remember, mine is 1,046. Yours is different. If your cost of home was $1 million, you're going to take that $1 million and multiply it by 20%. And that would be your down payment, which would be huge. And then you would take that and you would plug that amount into your mortgagecalculator.org. So don't put in these answers. You're putting in the answer of your cost of your home. Okay. And so then my 1,046 divided by 0.20 means that I need to make $5,230 a month. That's my monthly income. And then what does that look like as a year? I'm going to multiply that by 12. And my yearly income needs to be $62,760. And that's pretty reasonable. And that's for a reasonable home. Think about when you're putting yours in. So if you've got $1 million home, it's going to look a whole lot different. So you're going to put that in. You're going to go down here, multiply whatever your amount is by 20%. So your number is going to look different than mine. Then you're going to plug whatever that your home value is in on mortgagecalculator.org. And then you're going to find out what your mortgage is. What's what Miss Woods had pulled up. Pull it up there and it'll say monthly payment. That's your mortgage. And PMI is not required because we put down our 20% down payment. And then you're going to take that mortgage. You're going to divide it by 0.2 or 20, and that's going to be what your monthly income needs to be. We're going to take that monthly income and times it by 12, and that's going to tell us what our yearly income needs to be to afford your dream home. If you bought $1 million home, yours is going to be way more expensive than me and Miss Woods. But remember, we're teachers. All right, guys, we hope this helped. We hope that you are able to go through and figure out what you need to spend to afford your dream home. And we hope that you have a wonderful day.
See you guys.